All right, this is our third short video on word of operations review. Here we're going to simplify the expression 2/3 plus 7/9, and then that quantity times 1/3. So we're going to need to find the LCD of 3 and 9. So a quick way to check is to see if the smaller number goes into the larger number, and 3 does go into 9 3 times. So the LCD here is going to be 9, and you only need that for adding or subtracting fractions. You don't need it for multiplying. Okay, so we're going to have the 2/3, and we're going to multiply that by 3/3 plus 7/9, and then multiply that by 1/3. Okay, so multiply a fraction straight across, so 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, plus 7/9, and then that quantity times 1/3. And now that we have a common denominator, we can add the numerators. So 6 plus 7 is 13/9, and then times 1/3. And then we just multiply straight across. So 13 times 1 is 13, 9 times 3 is 27. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and look at two more. Okay. Here we're going to simplify 1/12 minus the quantity 1/5 minus 3/4. So if we want to find the LCD of 5 and 4, so we're going to do the parentheses first. If we look at multiples of 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, etc. And multiples of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, etc. Notice that a common multiple is 40, but the smallest or the least is 20, okay? And so that's going to be our least common multiple here is 20. And we want to go with the smaller ones. We have smaller numbers, which is easier to work with. So it's going to be 1/12 minus, and then the quantity, 1/5. And to turn that 5 into a 20, we need to multiply by 4/4 plus 3/4. And to change that denominator into a 20, we need to multiply by 5/5. Okay. So this is going to be 1/12 minus 1 times 4 is 4. 5 times 4 is 20. Plus 3 times 5 is 15. Divided by 4 times 5, which is 20. Okay. So now we have a common denominators inside the parentheses. So 4 plus 15 is 19, so we have 19/20. So now we're going to do 1/12 minus 20. So if we want to look at the LCD of 12 and 20, so 12 does not go into 20. So we'll look at multiples of 12, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120, etc. And multiples of 20, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, etc. And so we see our common, our least common denominator here is 60. Okay. All right, so for the 1/12, we need to multiply that 5. 5 times 12 is 60. And then minus the 19/20, and to make 20 into a 60, we need to multiply by 3. So we'll multiply by 3/3. So we're going to have 5/60 minus, that's going to be 57/60. And when I find the difference there, 5 minus 57, it's going to be negative 52/60. And we can reduce by 2. So that's going to be negative 26/30. Though it's still even, so we can reduce by 2 a second time, or we could have reduced by 4. And that's going to be negative 13/15. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and look at one more here. And so this one's a little on the smaller side, so let's go ahead and blow it up. All right, so we got 6/7 plus 5/8. and then divided by 6 over 7 minus 5 over 8, okay? And so it is bad algebra to, like, try to cancel or something weird like that. I could give you an example here. So 1.2 is equal to 6/5, right? Which could be written as 5 plus 1 over 5, and then the 5's cancel, and then I don't know if it's that equal to 1 or 2 or something like that. And so, this would be nice, but it doesn't work, because then you're saying 1.2 is equal to 1 or 2 or whatever. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to have things that are not being equal. So what we need to do is we do need to find the LCD of 7 and 8. And 7 times 8 is going to be 56. That's going to be the smallest number there. Okay. All right, so 6 over 7, we need to multiply that by 8 over 8. Plus 5 over 8, we need to multiply that by 7 over 7. Then we're a fraction, and so we call this a complex or compound fraction, because we have fractions in the numerator or denominator, or in this case, both. All right, so 6/7, we need to multiply that by 8 over 8. And then minus 5/8, and we need to multiply that by 7 over 7. Okay. So then we're going to have 48 over 56. Plus 35 over 56 divided by 48 over 56 minus 35 over 56. Okay, so now it's going to get a little bit nicer. 48 plus 35 is going to be 83 over 56 divided by 48 minus 35 is going to be 13 over 56. Okay. And then we need to keep flip change, K of C. So this is going to be 83 over 56. So we keep the top fraction. We flip over the fraction that we're dividing by, and we change the operation from multiplication to division. And, I haven't been doing this quote-unquote cross canceling before, but here it makes sense because I don't really want to multiply 83 and 56. I can. And so here's our hedge here. So 83 times 56 over 56 times 13. So everything is being multiplied, so those 56's will absorb. And what it would look like in cross canceling is you would cross over the multiplication there, and then we'd be left with 83 over 13. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I hope you have found this short series of videos helpful and a good refresher on order of operations.